Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky opened in 1910 to handle a surge in tuberculosis cases. In the early 20th century, treatments for TB were experimental and often brutal. These included pneumothorax, a surgical removal of ribs or chest muscles, and prolonged exposure to fresh air, even in freezing temperatures. Over 60,000 lives were lost there during its operation. After a cure for TB was found, the hospital shut down, but it left behind some chilling stories. Visitors report paranormal activity, including the death tunnel once used to transport bodies, and room 502, where a nurse is rumored to have taken her life. At its peak, it was so overcrowded that tents had to be set up outside. By 1926, a larger 5-story Gothic-style building replaced the original structure to accommodate the growing number of patients during the TB epidemic. The building's dark history have led many to believe that the building is haunted. In fact, it is lauded as one of the most haunted places in America. Visitors report seeing a shadowy human-like figure darting across walls and down hallways, particularly in the body chute and on the 4th floor. The purpose of the body chute, as it was called, was to transport supplies and bodies of the deceased in underground tunnels that connect the buildings on the main campus. During the height of the TB epidemic, it would have been demoralizing to other patients if they had witnessed the amount of bodies being transferred. Room 502 is the infamous room for being the site of 2 tragic suicides. A nurse reportedly hung herself in this room by the 1920s, and another nurse allegedly jumped to her death from the same room's window. Today, these underground tunnels and various operating rooms throughout the hospital are no stranger to thrill seekers and ghost hunters. People frequently report hearing whispers saying, "Get out," and cries and laughter in the empty hallways and underground tunnels. There is a paranormal entity referred to as the Creeper, and it is a shadowy figure that crawls along the walls and ceilings, emitting a menacing energy. The sanatorium closed in 1961 after TB was largely eradicated thanks to antibiotics. It briefly reopened as a geriatric hospital but was permanently shut down in 1982 due to allegations of patient abuse. In 2001, Waverly Hills was purchased by private owners who began restoring it. The aim is to preserve its history and turn it into a historical center, a hotel, and a conference space. There are plenty of haunted ghost tours and Halloween parties where the proceeds go towards preservation. This all reminds me of a hospital that you have to survive in, one of the greatest psychological horror games of all time.